the show and tell kind of part of their story. And every story has a low moment. Every story has the moments we cannot post online, maybe not of embarrassment, just of vulnerability, kind of like exposing my inner most sensitive times in my life. Have you ever told your lowest moments on camera?
Ooh, I don't know if I have.
Why?
I don't know. I think I get so caught up in my head. By the way, this is really good because I was kind of off topic with the Storytellers Guild, and now I'm on topic with,
No,
with
you
what
weren't.
I want to do.
It's a part of the story.
Okay, this is part of the story. But I don't know if I have, because I get in my head about when to tell my story. What part of the story are people going to care about the most? Like, how do I like tell the right story?
There is no wrong story. It's real.
Yeah.
It's either fake or real.
Yeah.
Social media is fake to an extent.
Yeah.
Because we only post our good moments.
Yeah.
For the most of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we should showcase our low moments as advertisement, but you're not in that low moment right now.
Yeah.
So how did you get to where you are right now?
Yeah.
Being in some of the lowest moments of your life. Right now you're in Atlanta. You said this is your but you're here in Atlanta again.
Yeah.
You was here for Podcast Summit. That was a big risk. I remember when I met you, you said, I took a chance. I did it. I flew out here. I'm coming from another state. I didn't know what I was getting into. I did it. But here you are back. And now you're not here as a spectator. You're here as an organizer, almost as a coordinator, director.
Yeah.
So how did you get from your lowest moments to right here?
Yeah.
What brought you out of that low moment?
Oh my gosh. You know what? That low moment is so tough because this entrepreneur journey is not for the weak. And I've been on this entrepreneur journey like solid now for a year. And it has been like up and down, up and down. And like, you're right. Right now I'm in a high moment. But when you're taking me back to these low moments, it is hard to get out of bed. It is hard to like motivate myself. It is hard to like remember my why. And everyone says, remember your why. Like, don't give up. We need you. Like all this good, positive things that people say and want to inspire you. But like in reality, it is hard to remember those words. Like it is hard to convince yourself what you know, that you should know better. I will say because I've been going up in flow and being aware for so long is like, the first thing is awareness. And for me, I have a rule where I allow myself to sit in my pity potty for 24 hours. That's what I tell myself. But after 24 hours, I have to get up. So I got to go on a simple walk. I got to call that friend or a significant other who's going to like help motivate me and put me in a good mood, who's like going to lift life into me. Like, even if I don't believe them in that moment, like, you got to know who your good people are that are going to inspire and empower you. And for me, you got to know what works. So I know working out works. It is hard to get up and go to the gym and take a walk outside when you're in the low moments. But when you just force yourself, like, no, I know what I got to do. I got to go outside for a walk. I have 2 3-year-old twin nieces. Actually, they turned 4 today. Oh my gosh, I gotta call my besties. But my nieces are so cute, so I just call up my sister and I ask her like, hey, can I go see my besties today? And then they put me in a good mood. So like knowing what works for you to like get you out of the funk. So being aware, and then as soon as you get out of that funk, like get back to being focused again.
You said something, because I remember I watched your stories, and I remember you used to talk about how entrepreneurship is not for the weak. And the chances and the risk and the hopes and the bittersweet moments. But here you are in Atlanta, and you're doing big things right now, but you're glowing. It's a bright light that people can see. And I tell you that all the time, but because I see the highlights on social media. But there's one thing that, you just have to tell more, which is how you use other people's energy to be able to bring your energy up. I don't think a lot of people know how to do that, including myself. You said I call my bestie. I see my nieces. Workout is fine too. But using someone else's energy, not as far as the opportunist, like I just take advantage of moments.
Yeah.
But like, no, someone who I love or cherish, I use that energy as almost a tactic, like intentional movements.
Yes.
Is that what you do?
Yes, intentional movements. I didn't even have a name for it, but that's exactly what I do. And you know what? The image I had in my head right now when you said that is like, I mean, it's not too much anymore, but like back in the day when I used to like go out regularly with my girlfriends, we would go to each other's houses, like get turned up, have a drink or two, put on the music, get ready together, and like how we hype each other up, right? Getting ready to go out to the club. Like DC has like amazing lounges to go dance at. Now I have like memories coming back to me, but like that moment, that visualization of like getting ready with your girlfriends, whether you drink or don't drink, but just creating that atmosphere of joy and getting excited together, that's the same energy that you need to find in your everyday life. And I think you have to be aware of it. You got to know who brings out that good in you and who doesn't. And the more aware that you are about that, the more that you are just like, you could feel the energy from other people. And now, because I've been doing it for so long, I know right away, before I even talk to somebody, I'm like, ooh, that energy is good. Or like, ooh, man, I don't even know who they are, but I need to go meet them. But I think one thing that we're afraid to say as people is, and I do this sometimes too, is like, I feel bad by saying, oh, I don't want to talk to them because they have bad energy. And then I feel bad that I'm giving someone that negative connotation. But honestly, I think it's a point where we could just be real with each other and real with ourselves. If we know somebody's not good for us, we know that they don't have the energy that we're looking for, then why not just say that? Like, we don't have to say it to put them down. We could just be aware and move on with our life. You know what I mean? Because I think what people don't realize is like negative energy makes you become negative. And so you have to make sure that you put up the guardrail for that, because sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, they tell me, Elizabeth, like you're way too happy or way too energetic, like that's fake or that's like too much. But honestly, like if you just focus on the good and having that positive energy, then that's what it's gonna be.
It's almost like an acknowledgement. Like I acknowledge that you give off that kind of energy. I don't make you a worse person than me, but I've accepted that won't benefit me at the moment. So I need my space, but not putting you in a bad category. But, you know, it's kind of like learned behavior if you're around certain energy. So I agree with your thoughts %. Your podcast, it sounds like it's going to be a platform to be able to receive positive energy, like almost a reinforcement platform where people can come talk to you and gain positivity, energy, production, visibility as far as their ideas. Is that what your platform designed for as far as your podcast?
Yes.
People can get that kind of energy from you?
Yes, I want people to get that kind of energy from my podcast. I also, when you were asking me questions about how to get unstuck, I mean, look, we are human and it is part of life. I think that we should expect that we're going to get stuck. We should expect that we're going to have lows. And so the sooner we expect that, then we won't be shocked by when it happens. I think one of the first things I learned as an entrepreneur, one of my coaches shared this with me, because coaches need coaches too, right? Which is something one of my clients taught me. Anyways, I'm still not as big on social media or YouTube as I would like. I want everybody to know about the Activate effect. I want everyone to be activated and empowered and inspired for their life to do something different, right? To have their act too. But I'm not there yet, but it takes little by little. But the only way for me to gain a larger audience, to empower more people, is by getting myself out there more. Sure. And by just continuing to like wake up every day to do it. And the part that I'm getting to right now is, and what I'm a long-winded way to get to this part is, you're not going to be an expert overnight. Like the way that you become better and more of an expert is by just doing it over and over again. You got to practice. You got to like talk to more people. You got to you got to interview more people, you got to do more things. And like, you're sure someone could do it, but it's rare that somebody is just going to like do a video the next day and just pop off and make it big. I'm not saying it doesn't happen,
Right.
but usually it's a person who is like consistent and continuous for a year, every day. And like only then and then are you going to get better. And only then and then are more people going to hear you.
Man, you have no idea how big of a reassurance confirmation. I had a client this morning, and that's exactly what we spoke about. In closing, it was every single human on earth has been given a God-given greatness talent.
Yes.
But sometimes we treat our greatness as average, and we hide our greatness under rocks or treat it like normal activity. And then every time someone talks to you and they reassure you like, wow, you're such a great speaker. Wow, you're so bright. You're so energetic. How are you so happy all the time? That's them telling you this is what you're great at.
Mm-hmm.
But then you hear it so much and he's like, yeah, that's just me. No, it's not just you. Mm-hmm. It is something that God gave you that makes you great.
Yes.
And everyone has something, right? Mm-hmm. But what you just said is what I spoke about this morning is no matter how great you are with something, you got to be consistent with that greatness in order for people to trust the light. So there is the light they see in you, like, wow, she's so positive. She shines so bright. She looks so, welcoming or warm. But the consistency of being that person will make people say, oh, she's reliable. She's that one. Oh, yeah, trust her. Because that's how she always is. And if you're good at photography, good at soccer, whatever it is, greatness has no benefit unless it's consistent. And that's what I had to be reassured with this morning. He was like, yo, John, even if someone says they like your quality, unless you keep training yourself consistently to post it, your greatness is going to disappear.
Right.
And so your greatness too, it shines bright. You're here in Atlanta. I mean, consistently, you need to keep coming to Atlanta. But the platform, the podcast too, we need to see it.
Yeah.
We need to see it.
No, absolutely.
We need to see it. When we gonna see it?
We're gonna see it.
When we gonna see the podcast content?
Yeah. So this is part of it, and this is why I wanted to do it here with you today. So consistency is key, and like this conversation is a reminder to me that I need to be consistent, right? Like, and I fell off. Life happened. Like this is part of my lowest moments, right? In April, my uncle died. I'm the oldest. I'm the eldest daughter. I'm like the first one to climb the corporate ladder, get educated, like have a different perspective than the everyday rat race that a lot of my family is in. And so a lot of responsibility came on me. So even though before that I was being consistent with my podcast, I got sick, my uncle died, and then life happened. And so like now I'm in this transition of trying to get back to it. And I started strong a few weeks ago, and then now I haven't had an episode for a couple of weeks, right? And so that's part of the awareness and still getting out of that stuckness. But I think being aware and reminding myself that I got to be consistent, right? So you're here helping me, and this is about reaching out to your people. I'm like, John, make me accountable. Let's do this right now. I'm going to upload a podcast this week, right? This is super messy. You're keeping me accountable. We're having a conversation here. And this is part of like how people get stuck. People are like, oh my gosh, this is like, how do I restart? This is how you restart. You call up one of your partners and you're like, hey, let's do this. Keep me accountable. Let's have this conversation. And then it's a ripple effect, right? And then now we're having a conversation. You're telling me like, yo, why haven't you been consistent, E, right? Like, let's get you, like, we need more of this podcast. So that's how you get started. That's how you get unstuck. One of the things you said is, you were saying some good things right there.
About consistency. The greatness has no effect.
God's gift.
God's gift.
So that is one of the reasons why I started Act 2 Venture, because the second version is always better than the first. And my brand is all about activating people, because I do believe that we were all born with gifts here. And I think that so many of us are not living those gifts. So before we know it, we're going to be on our deathbed and we're going to wish we did this. We're going to wish we did that. We could possibly die knowing that we had a talent within us, but fear held us back. Or like our economic status, we made that an excuse to not like figure out how to unite and rise. And the Activate Effect is all about helping people become activated, to take their life back, to take their story back. Because what I'm trying to prevent is from someone dying on their deathbed with regrets. Like, you only have one life to live. And the people may wonder, like, what is their gift? I think that you get an opportunity in life, in a conversation, in a moment, that whatever you're doing, you feel like amplified and you get excited and there's this fire within. You're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Or like, oh my gosh, that conversation was great. Oh my gosh, I love this organization. You're going to get a glimmer in something, in an experience. And I think that is key to like have insight of what your gift is. And that's what you should tap into. And that's what you should activate. To become more of who you are. And then I think people will be surprised is once you start activating it, you know it's your gift and your talent when doors just start opening. And so I came here last year, I met you, we've stayed connected. Now we're working together a year later. And this was all part of my gift, our gifts, to be able to connect with one another, to be able to partner, create a larger team, and just like amplifying our voices.
You said very well said. But you are the glue, though. You're the glue that is connected to a lot of people because they need your type of energy. So your homework or classwork or day work, work, whatever it is, you find someone else in this building before you go back home and you have them join your mobile podcast. You have mics. You record it, whether I'm here or not. And you say, welcome to ActiVenture or Activate. You start your platform, podcast session with someone today. Not part of Rise United, off camera, I can take that off.
Yeah.
But not part of the CWA. Your platform. Welcome to my podcast. That's your assignment.
Yes. That's my assignment.